Showtime, my friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Shogun Zorra and thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to talk about games that need an anime adaptation. There are multiple games that already have an anime adaptation, like Castlevania, like Clan After Story. Then we also have the Blue Blur, like Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't talk about like the cartoonish version, I mean like Sonic X. Sonic X, the story is based on the two games Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. The first game that I'm going to talk about is Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts would be a very good anime because it's a crossover between Final Fantasy and Disney, and it also has its own unique storytelling. But one thing that would be a very great anime because like Final Fantasy and Disney are a very big franchise. Final Fantasy is one of the biggest RPG franchises in the world, and Disney is also very popular, and the story is very good and complex, their own story. But it would be cool like if they would like the Zorra, the protagonist Kingdom Hearts, would go through like different worlds and talk about the characters, and it would be very cool, and the anime would be very big because it has Disney in it. Because it could be also very difficult because like the rights, but it would be very cool, and they would also definitely show this like a Disney Channel because it's Disney. And the art style is very good. Like the art style is a very anime, like it's like an anime art style would fit perfectly into the anime genre, and has very good fight scenes. And I would really hope Kingdom Hearts would get an anime, but I would say it should get an anime after the story is completed with the game. Because if the story is complete with the game, then they could do like in 2 years time, like after the events happen, they could do like a Kingdom Hearts anime. The second anime is The Legend of Zelda, or like second game is The Legend of Zelda. The story is very good because like we know like Link has to rescue Zelda and has to show like he's strong enough to, and has to defeat many enemies, and they could do the story. And if they want more depth about the characters and more different people he meet, then they could do adaptate also the manga. The manga would show them more depth about the characters and different events. And the words, like it would be cool also to see Link explore different worlds, not really different worlds, but explore the world, dungeon, and monsters, and this would be very cool. And they have a lot of art that they can choose. They could choose like the art style from Ocarina of Time for a realistic look, Wind Waker for like cartoonish look, or do a hybrid version like of like Breath of the Wild. It would be very cool to see like his journey to rescue Zelda and to defeat like the main boss. But unfortunately, the name. The third anime, freaking fake. The third game is Nier Automata. I really love the game. I'm so happy because I love story. The story character design is very good. The art style is very impressive. In the character design, yes. And the philosophy of the story is very complex, and it's one of the most philosophical story ever. And this would fit perfectly into an anime, and it also has good action. And if they want if they want more depth about the characters, like with their thoughts about specific events, what they think. And we have also the light novel from Nier Automata, long story short and short story long. This would help to create a very good story for the anime. I read the book. It's very good. I love the characters. I love 2B. She's my favorite character, and we could see so many characters in different events where when the game we didn't see a lot of their thoughts, what they think, but in the anime, thanks to the light novel, we could see a lot more. And the fourth, my final anime is Overwatch. Wait, before many people say Overwatch, let me explain. The reason why I think Overwatch is so popular is because of their character and their backstory. The game is perfectly fine. I played it, it's cool and stuff, but the story about the character is is why the game is very unique, and the character designs also. I think they would perfectly fit to an anime. Almost every character in the game has an own backstory, like a short, and they could combine it with the comic. There's also a comic of Overworld. They could combine it, like you would see like the story of the characters from Overwatch, and then and every time they show a specific character, they can do show the short, but explain it a little more or expand it a little more, and then you can see in different events, different perspective of each character, how they function, how they roll, what their thoughts are, and it would be very cool and very amazing to see many perspectives from characters and see them fight against each other. I think it would be very, very cool to see them get an anime. My honorable mention is Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 15. I know Final Fantasy already has an anime like Final Fantasy 15, and they could do like adaptation of each Final Fantasy game. They could do like what they do with JoJo in the past. They could do like the season 1 from Final Fantasy could do like Final Fantasy 1 and 2. In season 2 they could do Final Fantasy 3 and 4, and so on until they hit like the most recent anime, most recent game, I would say. And they could do it because also not all Final Fantasy games are connected with their story, and it would be cool to see different characters, it's like a new game, it's like a new series every time, but still like has Final Fantasy, has like the name Final Fantasy, and there's some little hints of the previous games, and it would be cool to see each game to get an anime adaptation. That is for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Have some comment section below, and see you next time. And don't forget, life is short time. Peace.